Hey yo, it's King Fight News, back at it. Shout out to all the subscribers, and Deontay Wilder's team is looking to make the best fights happen. They're saying there's too much at stake to have some of these fights linger on. But it seems like they will be announcing Dominic Breazeale versus Deontay Wilder. That will be confirmed tomorrow in some kind of a press conference announcement by Deontay Wilder himself. It's King Fight News, and we got more on this. Alright, so this is Team Wilder manager. Too much at stake. These fights will happen. So on Tuesday, Deontay Wilder will officially announce the 9th defense of his WBC title. Wilder will defend the title against mandatory challenger Dominic Breazeale. The fight will probably happen at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. The fight appears likely to land on Showtime pay-per-view after streaming service DAZN made an aggressive offer for a multi-fight agreement. Okay? At the moment, the heavyweight division has become a complex web with 3 biggest names aligned with 3 different networks. We all know about that. It was like this in the time of Mike Tyson, said Shelly Finkel, Wilder's co-manager. Complex and complicated. It's that way when making the very biggest fights, but they got ironed out at the end of the day, like these will. There's too much at stake for all these fighters for it not to happen. So many people try to dictate my career and tell me I should do this, I should do that, I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that, said Wilder. The 12.5 million is laughable now. 15 million is laughable. All this stuff I was supposed to have done, I didn't do none of that. And now look at my career. I'm betting on myself. And you can't go wrong with yourself. I love being a free agent, being able to move and doing what I do, and we'll see what the future holds. So that is a quote from Deontay Wilder. And you know what it really boils down to is Deontay Wilder got fucked over by Tyson Fury. He got fucked over by Frank Warren. So obviously there's going to be some spite. There's going to be some backlash to that. And obviously we may never see that fight again. We may never see Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury because of what happened. And now we're in a situation where Deontay Wilder, you know, well, end of the day, this is what's really going on. All 3 of these guys feel like they're the A side. All 3 of them feel like they're the A side. That's what's going on. Deontay Wilder, if you ask him, he's the A side. Over all these guys. You want to fight me in the US? You want to do a pay-per-view? I'm the draw. I'm the cash cow. I call the shots. That's what Deontay Wilder's saying. If you're Anthony Joshua, he feels the way. Right? Like it or not, UK fans, in the US, Wilder's the A side. If it's in the UK, AJ's the A side. So there's a balance there, man. There's a balance. Why do you think Wilder's asking for 50-50? Because, you know, what do you do when you can't? What do you do when maybe both fighters feel like they're the A side? You chop it right down the middle. And that's what Wilder's trying to do. Now, I don't know if Eddie Hearn will finally, I don't know. We don't know if AJ's going to take 50-50. We know Eddie Hearn wants no parts of it. That's for sure. But, you know, I did a video earlier today, and I said, you know what? The reason why this fight hasn't happened, I blame both sides. Now, I don't blame Deontay Wilder directly, but I think the way, you know, the way his team got played by Fury was not a good look. You know, they could have been trying to make an AJ fight happen during that time. You know what? While Deontay Wilder was fucking around trying to make the Fury fight happen, he could have had someone talking to Eddie just to see what's going on with that situation. Instead, they decided to ignore Eddie Hearn. And, you know, I totally get ignoring Eddie Hearn to a certain extent. But you know what? Tyson Fury fucked you over and you didn't have a plan B. Your plan B was Dominic fucking Brazil. And now you're gonna put that fight on pay-per-view? Well, we don't know yet. But do I really want to see Deontay Wilder versus Dominic Brazil on pay-per-view? You know, a 3-round mismatch. Do I really want to see that? Not exactly. Not exactly. You know, I feel like that's a mismatch. But Deontay Wilder, the one thing, you know, I give him a ton of respect for, this guy never took no easy way out. He never took the easy route. You know, you could, you know, say, oh, he's 40 fights in, who has he fought? Well, guess what? Till this day, who has fought Luis Ortiz and came out ahead of that situation? Only one guy. There's only one guy. And it took a whole lot of balls to fight a guy like Luis Ortiz damn near a year and a half ago, when everybody was ducking the smoke. Everybody was ducking the smoke with Luis Ortiz. This will not be forgotten. There was only one guy that stepped up. There was only one guy that said, fuck out of here, I'm the king. Luis Ortiz, you ain't shit. And we know we know what happened. And we know Eddie Hearn was like, oh, Deontay Wilder, he can lose this fight. He can lose this fight. It's a massive risk. It's a massive risk. Right? We all remember that shit, man. So what's good with it, man? What's real good with it, man? AJ fighting Miller, okay, that's an okay fight. You know? UK fans probably aren't happy, because guess what? AJ needs to raise his profile in the US, because it ain't there. Right? So what's really good, man? What's really good? Well, Deontay Wilder is taking a big risk. He's taking a massive risk, in my opinion, because he's putting himself out there with a guy that really doesn't have any behind him. Dominic Brazil, who'd he beat? Name one guy Dominic Brazil beat in impressive fashion. Name one guy. I can't name it. I can't name that guy. You know, and that's the problem. He's a guy that's sitting in next in line, but he hasn't really been pushed to the forefront of that line. He's always, you know, been blended in with like these bottom contenders in the heavyweight division. Point blank. You know, he got his mandatory position on some bullshit, you know, deal, on some bullshit final eliminator, thanks to guess who? The WBC. Right? And now, since the WBC really doesn't hold any stock in ordering fights, right? They tried to order Fury Wilder. How did that work out? You know, how did that work out? WBC look like fools now. Now they ordered Dominic Brazil, you know? And is any of us looking forward to that fight? I mean, that's gonna be a fight that really, it only serves to set up his next fight, right? If I'm Deontay Wilder, I know I'm fighting Brazil next, but who are you fighting after Dominic Brazil? That's what we want to know. Because guess what? He's going to be a heavy favorite. Everyone's going to expect Wilder to knock this guy out. And if we get anything less, then there might be some criticism on Deontay Wilder. Right? But hey, unrealistic expectations maybe. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Smash the like button. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. E-King Fight News, man. You know I'm going to put this on the live. So shout out to everybody in the chat. And y'all know what it is, man. I'm about to get me some pop eyes. And then I'm going to pop some eyes on these fucking trolls, man. Kevin Brown, you owe me $100 or you're fucking blocked on the channel. That's fucking right. It's E-King Fight News. And I'm out. Peace.